Blew off woman's head with AR-15 over a Fender bit. Oh God. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is why I don't really be honking the horn in traffic that much. Because you ain't about to have no bad day and then take it out on me. I'm sorry. You want to sit at the light? All right, now after a while, I'm gonna honk my horn, but I ain't gonna honk it immediately when it turns green. But if I miss my light, but people be crashing out on the road, bro. Road rage is a real thing, and they don't care because they feel like they can just drive away. And I'm not about to lose my life because the light turned green and I didn't, like, nah, bro. I'm cool.
A Colorado boy only 14 years old when he...
What? 14? I was playing Minecraft at 14.
Shoots and kills a mother after a minor fender bender.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Lipper with the Denver Police Department, okay?
What the fuck?
Just hours after shooting her in cold blood, he cries to his own mother at the police station.
I'm sorry, Mom. No.
Today's case takes us to Denver, Colorado, where on February 20th, 2021, 32-year-old Pamela Cabriales was on her way home from dinner with a friend. According to local TV station KUSA, Pamela's family says she was extremely giving, passionate, and loving.
I ain't gonna lie. Charge this nigga as an adult. You do some shit like this, and I feel like if you murder somebody, you need to be charged as an adult. I don't care. I don't care about the rules. Fuck, the rules go out the window at that point.
They describe her as a social butterfly who was always there if you needed her. Pamela worked as a real estate agent, and she was also a mother to her 6-year-old son, Leo.
That champagne, no?
This part does.
Yeah.
Cool. Hope you enjoy it.
In pictures and in videos, Pamela...
Hey, y'all live in a sugar factory? I've been there one time, I never went back. Cause all them little bubbly drinks...
Vic, you think you really a hater, huh? Now I gots to get you. I hope the next time you get tacos they give you stale shells.
Then I have a taco
I hope
salad.
someone offers you a meet and greet with Lotto and doesn't tell you that it happened the day before.
Hey, you're a
I
bitch.
hope you discover time travel and get stuck in your worst high school moment with no way of stopping it.
I had great
I
high school
hope the
moments.
next time you go to the club you get kissed by a bitch with crusty ass lips and dirty lip gloss.
And now I have reason to fight.
seems happy and full of life, but
if y'all ever been to Sugar Factory, how did y'all like? I didn't get nothing to drink from there. I like the food was decent. Yes, sir. You can't. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ursa. You can't talk crazy to me no more, cause now I know what your voice sounds like. Yes, sir. Ah, that's how I see. That's how I hear it now. So you're cooked. But I've never tried these drinks because I'm like, what is all this smoke coming from and this dry ice and all, like, you know, you blacked out before you went upstairs. What?
all of that changed 4 years ago this month. Pamela was behind the wheel of her Range Rover, driving along Interstate 25 that goes right through Denver. When she stopped at a red light at an intersection of I-25 and Colfax, shots rang out. We now know the person shooting was then 14-year-old Remy Cordova. Cordova was in the passenger seat of another car that was driven by this guy named Nishan Johnson.
What?
In the passenger seat of another car that was driven by this guy.
This nigga got a, yo, this might be the worst tattoo I've ever seen in my life. This nigga got league-bound throat. He got league-bound throat. This is nasty. What in your right mind will make you get an NFL tattoo on your throat? Never forget loyalty. No. No. No.
Named Nishan Johnson. Cordova had thought that the car had been tapped by Pamela's in a small fender bender. And according to court docs, he said, quote, "Can I bust on them?" Johnson then replied, "Do what you gotta do. That's on you." According to KUSA, Cordova got out of the car with an AR-15 and fired 15 to 20 shots into Pamela's Range Rover. Witnesses on the scene say at first they didn't even know what was happening.
Then I heard pop, 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 pop. And at first it didn't register what was happening until the cars in the 2 lanes next to me started going. And then I realized, I said, oh shit, something's happening, and I ducked down and several more happened. And I pulled next to the car, barely got a glance. It looked as though the window was either rolled down or shot out, but I believe that the window was out. I didn't look at the windshield or see inside the vehicle. And then the car that was in front of them sped off. I went behind them, but pretty far back because they went pretty quickly, and got off on...
You chasing a car that just lit up a car with an AR? White people. I'm sorry. This is... Shout out to y'all, because I'm not doing this. I call the police. I'm not chasing the car to just... What?
Federal. So they went straight, and I got off on Federal, and I didn't obviously see what occurred because the car was obstructing my view. So I didn't know at the time if the shots came from the car in front or inside the vehicle. But that's what I saw.
Okay.
That's Jaden Aarons, who was driving home from an appointment at the time of the shooting.
You said you heard
Dr. Umar ain't no real doctor, is
multiple pops. You went pop, pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop. How many of those do you think you heard the first time?
I'm
in your
gonna
estimation?
call it 5 to 7, perhaps.
Okay, and then you said you ducked down and heard several more pops. How many more do you think you heard?
Perhaps
Damn.
3.
Okay.
And the break in between the 2 was a second or 2
Okay.
that it paused.
Sure.
It wasn't very long.
And you never saw anybody get in or out of any vehicles?
No.
Okay.
I, in my mind, thought it was fireworks or something.
Sure.
And just wasn't paying attention.
When you go around
Okay, so top of the 7th arm, bet.
the car you're in front of, why do you go around the car?
Because the other 2 cars did it, and I felt like I was in danger, and I heard the shots coming, and I was ducking down, and I thought maybe they were going to hit me.
Okay.
I was scared to go that way because, again, I didn't know if they were coming from that vehicle, but I couldn't go any other way, so.
This may seem like a really dumb question. If you can articulate it more, why did you feel you were in danger? Tell me more about that.
Because I recognized the sound of gunshots, and I thought perhaps one was going to hit me.
Were you scared?
Not really.
Let me shoot some gunshots near you. Were you scared? This nigga ain't asking no good questions.
Really until after, because it didn't really register. It was definitely like weird. So, but I was like, my
Nigga said, were you scared? What? How though?
awareness was heightened, but it still didn't register
Tell me more about why you duck.
because I thought I was gonna get shot.
Okay.
All right, I know
Like
you're
he asked her the same questions over and over. Is he trying to get her to say the same? Like, you good? Nigga good, bro. He good, bro. He good.
multitasking when you're watching our videos. And if you're out running errands, listen up. I have to tell you about this free app called Upside.
I thought this ain't the news.
Home from a soccer game.
When he
Who's
got
underdog?
out, he had his hoodie on, and he turned to face towards north, and all I see is the side of his forehead. So
Jeff, cool, bro. You good, ain't you? Oh! Fix your posture, nigga. All right, real nigga back, real nigga back.
literally right here,
Okay.
and then that's when I noticed that he lifted up his arm, and his arm was being covered by the top of the car. And I'm in a Ford Edge, so I say it's a pretty big car. He was about like 5'6", 5'7", and that's when I noticed that he had a gun. So my first instinct when I heard it was to get down just in case if they started shooting towards me. I did not physically
Jeff ain't going to sleep no time soon.
see the weapon.
Okay.
I seen the light from when you shoot the gun, and you have the light and the sound.
Okay.
So that's what I heard. I heard the toof toof toof.
So the light, like the muzzle flash, we call it. It's like the like when you
fire
fireworks,
yeah.
or you fire a gun and
Yeah.
and it comes out. Those gases escape. And what color was that you saw?
When I looked over, the first time I heard it, I got goosebumps. So I looked over, and I just remember seeing white. So.
Okay, but you saw the muzzle flash.
Yeah.
Is what we call it. Or
yeah, the muzzle flash.
Coming out. How many times do you think you saw flashes?
About 6 times.
Okay. Did you hear the person that got out
Jeter, it says you can't receive a gift at this time.
from the right front passenger seat of that car? Did you hear them say anything?
No.
Did you hear them yell anything?
No, not really. I didn't hear anything at all.
It won't even let you.
I had my music loud because I'm a big fan of music, and I had my music going, and then that's when I heard the first gunshot go off, and I look over, and then I just see the light, like the white, whatever you guys call it,
muzzle.
And then that's when I got goosebumps on my arm because I just knew that. But when I was driving away, I noticed one in the rear mirror poke his head out, like look back.
Tell me more about that.
So I was going, because my first instinct was to get away.
We're not gonna
I
lose
was
this year.
scared.
Okay.
So I was going, and then I was trying to get away quickly as possible. And I look in the rear mirror, and I see the Range Rover in there. And I look in, and I see the Honda coming. And I just see a head go like this. But it had a hoodie on, so...
Okay, and was that from the front area of the car or the rear area of the car? So from the passenger side or driver's side?
Driver's side. It was a black hoodie.
Okay. So it came from the driver?
Yeah, the driver's side.
So put an arrow in red the direction he shoots at. And this sounds silly, but what led you to believe he was shooting in the direction of that car?
Well, because when he started shooting, I noticed that the light from when he shot it was going backwards.
Okay.
So I was like, all right. So that I ducked down, and that's when I lifted up my head just to take a peek, and that's when I seen his arm on the side of the car facing backwards.
Okay.
After the shooting, Cordova and Johnson sped off in their car as first responders rushed to the scene.
Ma'am, I'm gonna cut your seatbelt, okay? I'm Officer Lipper with the Denver Police Department, okay?
Here's the scene from another perspective.
You niggas ain't moving fast enough for my liking.
I'm just gonna keep some pressure on him, okay? Yeah. Hey, she took quite a few, about 4 or 5 rounds to the face.
How many? Is just she the only victim?
She's the only victim. She's totally bleeding. Let me see if I can find an ID in her purse. Yeah. I don't know how you want to do this.
Y'all ain't moving fast enough.
Want to put the seat back so we can get to it?
Who said that is you have a higher chance to live if you get shot in the head?
Hey, Scott, hold that seat.
Like, y'all niggas ain't moving fast enough.
Is there anything behind?
They just like, oh, let me ID her. Oh, let me, ma'am, I'm here. Motherfucker, she got shot.
In the seat? No.
All electric. Hang on, I got it.
Is that her purse? Yeah, I'm trying to find an ID. Is there more than anybody else? No, it's just one person. Could you hold that open while I look through it, please? Thanks. Sorry, grab my scoop real quick. Checking this pocket.
160. I got 7 gunshots to the front. 3
Oh my God. 7.
Nothing.
Coming head first?
Nah, she's for sure. I mean, now she is.
Hold on.
You have the head out towards the cap. Head toward me.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't think I could I couldn't do this shit, bro. I couldn't transport no lifeless body. I couldn't. Not no foul shit like this. Like this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like if two niggas get caught for murder, let them have an old-fashioned 1925 Western shootout. And then whoever lives just gets life in prison. But they have to empty the gun.
Here.
This next part is really tough. You can see the...
Oh my God. So somebody else could have got hit.
Rear window of Pamela's Range Rover has been completely shot out.
And the thing about it is,
the rear
these bullets
window of Pamela's
this is a lot of shots.
Range Rover has been
completely
shot out.
These bullets are through and through bullets. So basically, these bullets just keep going till they can't anymore. Some bullets, I forget the exact names for them. I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know all that shit. Some bullets will hit something, stop, and expand. These bullets just keep going until they can't go anymore. So for him to carve out a big ass hole in that glass is crazy. Yeah, I hollow points and something tips and hollow tips and yeah, like I forget all the criteria of each one. But just know if I'm ever shooting my shit, that whole clip getting empty. I'm not leaving none for none.
I counted 8 shots. 8? Yeah, there's one right above the left windshield wiper. So that's 2 out of, like right there.
License plate, that's probably hers.
That's the same one as on the back.
Okay, that's probably hers.
Another angle shows Pamela being loaded into an ambulance. Now, we won't show that part because it is graphic, but here are the moments leading up to it.
Nothing.
Hey Jared, did you need the northbound or southbound off-ramp closed?
You coming head first?
Let's do southbound for now. Hopefully everybody going north will figure it out. Copy, 1,000.
We'll get a couple of these. I'm going to take a couple fires.
You guys need an extra set of hands for anything?
Get this upside shit off my screen!
Yes.
Just say when.
Out of the GHMC1. We're going to have one coming down and 163.
Use code VIC. I think it still works.
It's going to follow. Yep.
That's the thing. That's why I said I don't think I could ever get used to that shit.
Are you ready?
Do you know how this happened?
Nah, upside fire. I think I have one for I think I have one for Vic. It's either Vic or Victionary.
No, other than somebody called in and said gunshots fired between 2 cars. I wasn't able to get a
gunshot wound.
Description of the other vehicle.
Okay, here she comes.
Even though Pamela
Surprised Miss Know-It-All didn't know that.
was rushed to the hospital, she died several days later. Meanwhile, investigators were still working to track down...
Oh, wait, what? She was still...
Description of the other vehicle.
Okay, here she comes.
Even though Pamela was rushed to the hospital, she died several days later. Meanwhile,
So that means they could have saved her if they wasn't moving like they was just... Oh! Sorry. These niggas over there, so she wasn't DOA. And these niggas talking about parlays and shit. Man.
Investigators were still working to track down the suspects involved in her shooting. The next day, a Denver police officer spotted a car wanted from a separate incident. There had been this gang shooting at a McDonald's where multiple shots were fired. And at the time, the cop didn't realize this car was also involved in Pamela's shooting. But they did know the people inside needed to be questioned. This led to a small chase, and it's something Nishan Johnson talked about during his police
Still, going on a chase in the snow is diabolical.
interview.
We're driving, and we get to the light. Police was on side. They get to the side, the back of us. They get behind us. I take a right, they drive. Take a left, they keep following. And then I try to take another right, but the ice was too slippery. So I hit the curb, and that's when they turned the lights on.
Tell me more about the conversation in the car. Who notices the police either on the side of you or behind you?
We all did, to be honest, because when you're looking at when you at the stop sign, you're gonna look out your window.
Okay.
And then when I looked out the window, I seen the police pull up.
What is the conversation in the car?
And I'm gonna catch it and put some almond milk in that shit. Appreciate it.
Yeah, really wasn't no conversation.
Make sure it's Raisin Bran Crunch.
But they could go.
I'm sorry?
I said it wasn't no conversation in no car, but go.
But go?
Yes.
Why was that?
I don't know.
Okay. Earlier you told me because you didn't have a license.
Yeah, like I don't have no license, but that's what they was telling me. You said what was the conversation?
Okay.
You said what conversation did we have while the police was behind us?
And who was telling you to go?
Little bro. He was like, bro, just go. You feel me? I mean, don't have no license. Okay. You feel me? Not finna pull off.
Did little bro say he was hot?
Nah.
Did he
say, like, nigga, go.
Okay.
You know how nowadays this young generation is gonna run from the police or do anything from the police now, you feel me? So
I don't know if y'all can see it. That nigga got lumped up on his head. Good God, look. Look at that lump. That nigga got lumped up. Oh! That crash fucked him up. He got lumped the fuck up. That's a big ass lump.
Yeah.
So you listened to him. So you listened to him and you went.
That's how it was. You feel me? Because after they turned on their lights, everybody started panicking.
Tell me how they panicked. How did you know they panicked, Nishan?
Because you know when the police get behind you sometimes, and you know you
it's gonna look like your nose.
ain't do nothing. Like me, when I know I ain't do nothing wrong, I wasn't really panicking. But what made me really panic was because they were all going like, bro, come on, bro, go. And I don't have a license. I was like, bro, that ain't true, cause I ain't stopping. Fuck it, come on. And I hit the car and everything, you feel me? So it was like everything would happen so quick. And when he was like, go, bro, go, I was like, all right, fuck it. I don't have no license.
Joke's over.
None of that, come on.
Police eventually tracked Johnson down to a shed where he was
got an icy tattoo
hiding. And that's where they found some incriminating evidence.
You know why I'm asking all these questions? Because the we were found in, those shell casings match at our murder scene. Can you
Well, sit down.
Explain that to me? And you said nobody's in the shed with you. Okay? You're in there by yourself. But the same caliber shell casing that's in the shed where you're at is the same caliber at our murder scene. Can you explain that to me if nobody handed you anything?
No, nobody handed me nothing.
Okay, so how did that end up in the shed with you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I ain't gonna cut it.
I don't know.
Okay? So what I'm asking you, this is your chance to be honest, okay? And I'm not saying you're not, so please don't be offended by that. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I don't know is not gonna cut it. As I told you before when we first started, it's a homicide.
Why the audio get out of sync?
Investigation. I told you you're not free to leave. Okay? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you were there for something or somebody asked you to hold on to something, I need to know. Okay? And not just for myself, but for yourself. You got a kid, right?
2.
You want to see those kids grow up?
Yes.
Do you want to be able to hold them and not be behind glass when you see them? Or do you want them to come and visit you during yard time? Again, I'm not threatening you, I'm not upset with you, but I'm telling you, this is the road we're going down.
Damn.
You're digging yourself a hole here, so if you have something, you know something, Nishan, now's the time to tell me. Okay, you tell me you were by yourself when you ran. Nobody else was in that shed. I asked you several times that question. You're adamant nobody was.
No, Ken, he's not gonna go to prison because he wasn't there. Oh wait, actually he was. Never mind. He was in there.
So it's one of two things. Either you were there at that murder scene, or somebody gave you something to hold on to. So now's your chance to help yourself. Don't dig yourself a hole. You got one foot in this hole right now, Nishan. Okay?
Investigators spoke with Johnson
driving
for more than 5 hours on multiple occasions, and honestly, they didn't get very much, but they got even less info from Remy Cordova.
I'm going to advise you of your rights, and then I'm going to leave the room, and you two need to talk about whether or not you want to talk about this investigation or not. Okay?
Why this nigga holding his mom like that? Nigga, you done did what you did and she crying, so she know.
Okay, ma'am?
I'm sorry, Mom.
And he's saying he's sorry.
The woman next to Cordova in this video is his mom, because remember, he's only 14 years old at the time. As a detective walks back in, you can hear Cordova apologize to his mother.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. If my kid ever did some shit like this, I'm snitching for you. Lock this thug up. Lock this thug the fuck up. Don't you do no gruesome shit like this. No. I'm snitching for you. He told me he was there. He told me he did it. And I'm testifying against your little stupid ass. Because you took somebody's parent, bro.
Okay, it's still February 21st, 2021. According to that clock, it's now 10:05 p.m. And I've given you and your mom opportunity to talk about this
I don't care. What's your Buddha? Lemon.
Let me ask you, did you understand the rights as they have been explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Do you have any conflict with your mom that would prevent her from providing you with guidance and advice about your rights? No? With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to us about this investigation?
No, sir.
No?
No.
But even though Cordova didn't talk, investigators already knew a bit about him because he had a juvenile criminal record and was on police's radar as a gang member. Prosecutors later said that Cordova's motivation in Pamela's murder was to rise up the ranks in this gang world. Cordova's case eventually moved from juvenile court to district court because of the severity of the crime. He was charged
This nigga's hair is crazy.
as an adult with first-degree murder and first-degree attempted murder. That second charge was added because another driver had been in the line of fire when Cordova had fired the shots. Now, that person was not injured, so the charge became attempted murder. In November of last year, Cordova was found guilty. He's since been sentenced to life in prison with a possibility of parole in 40 years.
Keep that nigga up.
Sean Johnson has also been convicted for his involvement in the case. In June 2023, he was sentenced to 35 years in prison. As for Pamela, her family says her memory lives on through her.
Lock these niggas up and don't let them out.